Hello and welcome to the SLED Showcase. I'm Murtaza Masood, Global Managing Director for Box Public Sector. I am really excited about the conversation today. Joining me are Khaled Tawfik, CIO of the City of San Jose and Chair of the GovAI Coalition, which is a 800 plus member organization and a thought leader in how AI is transforming government services today. Welcome, Khaled.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. And also joining us today is Mohammed Bajwa, Senior Vice President of Teknita. Teknita was named Public Sector Partner of the Year at Boxworks this year. Welcome, Mohammed.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Great to have you guys. So, Khaled, San Jose is known as the capital of Silicon Valley. I think what doesn't get much talked about in some of the mainstream coverage is how is civic life for a very diverse set of population. So as CIO, what are some of the trends that you're observing in how citizens and residents of San Jose are expecting services from their government today?
I think San Jose was a very unique city from different aspects. I've been in government for over 25 years, and I have to say that San Jose kind of encapsulates government at different facets of the service we provide. We have a very diverse community. We have a large community, Vietnamese community, and Asian Americans and Hispanic, and that creates a lot of challenge and opportunity for San Jose. We have to provide services in different languages. We have to be concerned and aware of different cultures. We have to appeal to them in a way that they can use our services in a accessible and equitable way, and that's really makes the job fun and exciting. The other aspect of diversity, we have high-tech companies, high-tech engineers, and also we have people who are struggling to make a living in San Jose. San Jose is not a cheap city, it's very expensive, and the diversity in income and equity is also another challenge. At the same time, my customers are the engineers that create the advanced creative AI solutions, so they have an expectation from government to provide a similar service. That's really what we try to deliver every day, and we're challenged and we're excited about the opportunity for us to serve in a high-level competitive areas in the Bay Area.
That's fascinating. You have demographic diversity as well as socioeconomic diversity. So, as the CIO, well, how does that expectation from its population translate into your priorities, your strategic IT roadmap? What do you love about your job?
A lot of things. Our work is really meaningful work. We're dealing with homeless encampments, and we're dealing with homeless population that we're trying to serve. We're dealing with developers who are trying to build the next high-rise in the city. We're dealing with travelers through our airport, and we're trying to give them the fastest Wi-Fi we can provide so they can continue to use our airport and our facilities. At the same time, we're trying to provide the basic fundamental core services cities provide, civic services provide. The challenge that I face every day with is, one, we have legacy systems that I need to improve. At the same time, I'm working at the cutting edge AI, where the expectation that we continue to be the leading city in the nation. So having that diversity, even in the work, in a different day, is an exciting in one aspect, but it's also challenging and challenging from the aspect of technology and how we are competing with resources in the Bay Area. Every penny counts in my budget, and the challenge is, how can I provide all these services in a meaningful, cost-effective way that appeals to those who are not aware of the services and I need to reach out to them, and those who are very advanced understand what they need, and also demand the highest service level from the government.
I really appreciate that point you made about creating awareness about the services that are available to those who need it the most.
We have about 38% who speak a language other than English at home, which is a really high percentage. And that's a challenge that we have, an opportunity for us to not only provide the service, but reach out to those who, number one, English is not really their first language, and they might not be as fluent as they need to be to receive the service. And a lot of them come from cultures and from backgrounds that they don't have a lot of trust in government. And also we need to make sure that they are aware about the services and gradually give them the the accessibility or the access to the service, so they feel more comfortable requesting and inquiring about the service in different languages and different methods to appeal to their cultures and their backgrounds.
Well said. I like that spectrum of creating awareness and then earning the trust so that they are comfortable approaching the city for services. So, Mohammed, switching over to you, tell us about Teknita. What are some of the services that you provide, and why do public sector agencies like the city of San Jose uh, approach you guys for their digital roadmaps?
Absolutely. So, agencies today are holding on to more information than ever before, especially unstructured data. And citizens expect agencies to make sure that this data is secure, it's stored in a compliant way, securely, and they want access and transparency on these records. That's where Teknita comes in. We're based in California, helping agencies across the nation right now with their intelligent content management initiatives. We help agencies store, manage the information, and then share it with their constituents in a compliant way.
So, talk more about the type of solutions that Teknita is providing to government agencies, both at the state level, federal level, or local level, that power the processes. How do you take a platform like Box and then deliver those purpose-built solutions?
Absolutely. And with our focus being on the intelligent content management, our core expertise is going in and helping agencies transform their businesses and upgrade from legacy platforms that they're on more modern platforms like Box. In terms of solutions, from AI powered chatbots from to case management systems to citizen portals. That's the type of solutions that we bring to the table in terms of improving constituent services for these agencies. And also across the spectrum, we work with all types of business functions, whether it's back of the house functions like HR, finance, and accounting, or it's citizen services on the front end. There is a content layer beneath each one of these functions. And our task and expertise is to seamlessly integrate the content layer across the enterprise with the right compliance, with the security in a compliant repository like Box.
Fascinating. So, Khaled, you mentioned modernizing legacy applications or platforms as one of your key priorities. Was that one of the ways you went out looking for a solution like Box and then partnered up with Teknita? Help us understand what brought you to Box in your journey.
Absolutely. Document manager is one of the legacy systems that we have, and in government, records is very important for many reasons. One, transparency, and also the ability to record events and facts. So if we need to look back and reference them, they will be available. So currently, our system is we call Giles, and that system has been there for a while. And although it provides the basic fundamental features, recent advances made it not as desirable for the public to access it and to use it. And that's one of the things we looked at for Box and Teknita to help us transition from the legacy system to something that's more reliable, sustainable, and also the ease of use to push this content in a seamless manner to its final resting place, which is Box. And that's one of the things we're trying to do. How can we make documents saved in a secure, efficient manner, and also accessible in different media to the public, so they can access it and increase our efficiency and transparency to the public at the same time.
Goes back to providing an accessible and equitable framework for public records was an important initiative. So, Mohammed, given those requirements, how did Teknita approach the solution overall? What technology patterns were at play, and how did Box help you deliver that solution?
So, technology is a great baseline for the foundation of the solution. But as Khalid mentioned, it's about citizen experience and also the whole experience around making it ease of use and making it more transparent. So, when we engaged with the city team, specifically the city clerk's office, was looking for a better way, a more transparent way for citizens to be able to access their public records, not have to go through lengthy public records processes, and have access in real time and be able to search for these public records. Based on those goals, we established a more modern Giles repository, which is now powered by Box. It's accessible through the public with frictionless experience without any logins or having to go in and submit any public records requests. And what that's enabled us to do, especially with this compliant and unlimited storage that Box has to offer, is we've been able to go back and digitize and make searchable public records like ordinances, contracts, resolutions, centuries worth of documents. Some even go back to, we've looked at contracts that some of which even go back to the 1800s. And now all that data is stored in a unified repository, has the governance that the IT team would like, and still makes it transparent. And the city clerk is able to publish documents instantly and make them available to the public. So the public is now able to search and query and get a hold or get access to this data in a matter of seconds.
You underscored something there that has always been close to my heart as a former public sector CIO. People, residents, don't realize that government agencies like counties and cities are first and foremost keepers of the public's memory. So from statehood, right, and in some cases from the formation of this country, those records are preserved for time memorial. So sounds like a very creative and imaginative way of transforming that solution. So Khaled, looking ahead, how does content and content processes play into your overall AI roadmap, and what's next for the city?
Well, first of all, I think we're going to go live in the next month or two, and this is really my biggest focus to get us to where we need to be. Next thing for us to look at is, now that we have all this content, how can we use AI to drive benefit or value out of it? We know how to drive value from structured data, but now with unstructured data, what does that mean? Two, as I mentioned, memos and records and documents are very important to record the history and also for transparency. The question is, how can we make it seamless to generate these records? How can I, when I reference a resolution or a memo or a policy, how can I have that process be intuitive enough for the author to reference it in a seamless manner? Number one, to expedite the process of creating these documents. And number two, expedite the approval and review and publishing so that it's provided and available in a timely manner. We will never going to go away from providing these documents, because this is the expectation and this is what we want to do to preserve history. But at the same time, we want to see, how can we be more efficient? How can we be more accurate? And how can we provide seamless integration with some of the documents and some of the information, so we're not repeating the work or regenerating the work for no value, and also save time, save resources, and be more effective in delivering that service in a timely and efficient way.
So, Mohammed, taking a step back, and if you look at your entire portfolio of engagements, what are some of the key trends in public sector domain that you're seeing from your point of view? What are the type of AI use cases and solutions that public sector customers in your line of business are building and deploying?
Absolutely. So with the large amount of unstructured data that agencies have, AI it's not a buzzword anymore. AI is a true utility that is helping add value instantly in terms of at the core of it, we've got summarization use cases. AI is helping classify large amounts of documents. AI is helping, again, securely based on a metadata and extract insight out of all the unstructured data that agencies have amassed. And once you're done with that surface layer of where AI adds instant value, that's when you get deeper into adding AI more consciously in your business processes. You go and focus on business processes that are core to your mission, whether you're providing best-in-class healthcare services to your constituents, social services to your constituents. You look at each process and reimagine that process, now powered by AI. You want to make sure that you put a lens on the manual, mundane tasks that your teams have traditionally been swamped with, and now AI can come in and take over all those tasks. It frees up your staff to focus on high value work, and we also want to make sure that we still have the human in the loop in all the key decision aspects of the workflow. So it's not like AI is going to come in and take over and make decisions on its own. You still have the human-led decision-making power there, and it still frees up your time, on your team's time, to focus on much higher value work.
Responsible AI with the right safeguards in place, delivering actual tangible results. I really appreciate that insight. So, Khaled, building on that theme, what were some of the factors that led to the formation of GovAI Coalition? And as a founding member and the current chair, what are some of the discussion topics that you're seeing from those 800 plus agencies that make up the coalition in terms of where AI would be most beneficial in government today?
There is excitement and there is fear at the same time. Excitement about the technology and the possibility, but also the fear of if we're not careful with this technology, not knowing what we don't know, what does the future hold for us? Help me reflect back on 25 years ago with cybersecurity. And I cannot help but to think, if we did 1% more 20 years ago, how much better would we have been today with that? And I'm trying to think about that 25 years ago. What can I do today with the coalition to take us one step further? So 25 years ago, the next generation will look back and say, we're glad somebody did something about it. And 1% today is really carries a lot of weight in the future. We just need to start that. And that's really when we started the conversation. The first thing that we did was the AI policy. And it's impressive that regardless of the state and politics, and I always joke about this one, California and Texas were able to co-author a standard AI policy within 4 months of starting the coalition. And it's today this policy is adopted by over 200 different agencies. So that was really the important things for us. How can we walk together, hold hands, and make sure that we understand the challenge? Because as much as I think I understand the AI, I'm looking at it from the perspective of the Bay Area, the innovation, the region that likes to take risk and take advantage of technology. But there are other cities and agencies that don't have the same appetite for risk. It is important for us to get their perspective, so when we develop a policy, it's really as comprehensive as it could be. And that's something that we're really proud of. The second part is, how can we anticipate the risk of the future? And how can we put some safety nets and guidelines to help us, number one, ask the question, have the conversation with vendors, and two, have a united voice when we talk to the industry leaders. So instead of them trying to talk to 600, 700 agencies to get a deeper understanding of the concerns, they can talk to one group, and that group can reflect the essence and the concerns and the opportunities that government can provide from that aspect. The third part is, we all do almost the same thing. We all issue permits, we all collect taxes, we all fix roads, we all do exactly 99% of what we do the same. This is a great opportunity for us to see, can we standardize on how we do things? Can we develop it once and use it many? Or even better, can one agency within one region develop it, own it, and the rest of the agencies subscribe to that? A lot of large counties provide their services to smaller cities within the county. And maybe that's something we can expand for technology. It's usually done with like fire and police and sheriff and infrastructure. But if there is an opportunity for us to mimic that model and perfect it for technology, I think that's something that's going to be new for us next generation. There are other things about related to how can we influence the industry, how can we retrain and upskill our staffing, because the amount of change already that took place in the last 2 years and anticipated in the next 2 to 3 years is huge for us. And if we're not ahead of the schedule in delivering that service and training to our employees, there's going to be a huge gap between current employees and new hires that just came out of college with AI training. So we're trying to bridge that gap and again, anticipate issues before they become problems. That's really what the coalition is all about. Coming together, working together, anticipate, predict, and work toward the common solution. So minimize the impact on agencies, and also get the nation to be united in steering the industry in a direction that we want it to be.
Well, there are excellent agenda there. So touching upon that, governments of all sizes aspect of what you're trying to build, how do you see AI equalize some of those inconsistencies in resources, in budgets, in human resources across smaller jurisdictions versus somebody like a San Francisco city and county?
Today, larger entities have the ability to take advantage of emerging technologies. I think AI has the potential of leveling the playing field. Smaller cities, this is the first time we see smaller cities adopt AI policies. Some of them don't even have a privacy policy, but they have AI policy because we made it seamless for them to do it. I think that's really the future where technology can really serve those who cannot access service or cannot provide the service at a high level, and kind of provide the ability for all of us to learn from that. And because of the efficiency gained from AI, there is an opportunity for us to change how we deliver the service. And this is one of the models we discuss. How can we switch from being reactive, wait for the consumer or the constituents to complain, to being proactive and predictive, where we can deliver the service maybe at a fraction of the cost and a fraction of the time. Therefore, those who don't know about the service or cannot even ask for the service receive the service regardless of their status or financials or ability to access the service. And these are a lot of the conversations we're having today with the coalition members to see what's important and how we can work together to change how we deliver the service so everybody can access it and everybody can take advantage of the emerging technologies.
Innovation, not just in technology, but also in the economic model of service delivery. So bringing it home to a resident or a citizen, for example, a citizen of San Jose, how can they experience the AI innovation that you're now working on? What impact will it directly have on their engagement with their government?
Our success in government is when the public don't feel a need to engage us. If the service is available and they don't need to ask us for service, this is really the success. I run the 311 program for the city, and we receive about 300,000 interactions per year. And we're very proud that we have provided that service today, 311 services today to the public. I think I want to be bragging about we received 0, because that means we were one step ahead of the public in anticipating and identifying the problem. I think AI is going to provide 2. One, simplify the process of communicating this service and make it easy and seamless for the public to request service, track the progress, and be knowledgeable enough to know who do I call, who do I contact to get this service done. That's phase 1. Phase 2, that we anticipate that you gonna need the service, and if you buy a house or you move in, we anticipate that maybe these are the services that you need, and we offer to you in advance and say, we think you're going to need this service, we took care of it already. Unless we hear back from you, we're going to assume that you need it, and we'll do it. It's kind of like the Amazon model that they're trying to sell you. You bought this product, we think you're going to need these products. We want to be in the Amazons of government. We want to not only anticipate, but if it doesn't cause any issues, let's go ahead and offer it or even implement these services. And if somebody wants to opt out or not interested, they can let us know. But that's really I think the next phase for the constituents to see the AI working for them is when they stop feeling that I need to call the government, I need to complain about this, I need to request that service. The service is delivered regardless whether I ask for it or not, because my government understands my concerns, my government is there ahead of me, my government will take care of it before it becomes a problem.
Where do I sign up? So I really appreciate that perspective of using predictive, responsive government services. So Mohammed, Teknita was named Public Sector Partner of the Year at BoxWorks. What does that recognition mean for you and your team? And what does the overall Box partnership mean for Teknita?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a tremendous honor for us to win the Public Sector Partner of the Year, that too, the second consecutive year in a row. In terms of what that means for us, it aligns and makes us realize that agencies can count us on us, and it's a tremendous honor for us where agencies put trust in our ability to help deliver on their digital transformation efforts, in their goals, in their strategic goals, to help deliver services for their constituents. We want to make sure that we take that honor and deliver on those capabilities where agencies can count on us, and they know that Teknita knows the specifics of public sector specifically. We understand the legal challenges, the compliance challenges that agencies feel on a day-to-day basis. So we are the experts and we understand the business of government. That's the power and the use case and the skill set that the Teknita team brings to the table. We're extremely passionate about our helping agencies improve their public sector services. We want to make sure that we provide a great citizen experience, like the Amazon example that Khaled mentioned, where we want to make sure that we enable cities and agencies across the board in providing those services to their constituents. And this also establishes us as a subject matter expert, where our core expertise is all about public sector success, where we take the Box platform, the compliance, the unlimited storage, the wide variety of features that come included essentially out of the box, and we're able to take those features and implement them and introduce quick wins for agencies that are looking to reinvent their entire business process. So we're able to give them quick wins thanks to the power of the cloud content platform.
We really appreciate the effort and the thoughtfulness that Teknita brings to the table as a partner. So really appreciate the work that you do on our behalf for our public sector customers. Khaled, a lot of our colleagues in the public sector are still grappling with where to start when it comes to AI, and where to drive the most value. What advice do you have for your fellow CIOs and CISOs contemplating the next step?
Two things. One, join the coalition. Definitely, because this is really where we have a cookbook for small, medium, and large cities, and it starts with a conversation. All the resources that we have is online. We are encouraging people to copy what the coalition has developed, and it's not only San Jose. I mean, this is the work of 800 agencies that came together to provide the best of the best. We want people to use it, and we want people to critique it. If you use our policies or anything that we developed, we just ask you to come back and critique it and make it better for us. If you take it and make it better, you share it back with us. And if you see something that doesn't work, let us know. But we designed it exactly with that question, because 2 years ago everybody was in the same boat asking, "What is this? How are we going to deal with it?" And there was a lot of misinformation than facts. And the goal was really, let's put something together so people can go to one location for government, download the documentation, look at the step by step. How do I create a policy? How do I engage with my board? How do I inform my leadership about the changes that do to be anticipated? So that's really what happened. Join us, listen to the conversation. We have monthly meetings. We can have our summit, the second annual summit in San Jose, for the GovAI Coalition Summit. It's a 3-day where we have 1 day dedicated only for government to share the good and the bad and the ugly, learn from each other, and in a safe and open environment. But this is really the time for us to not to shy away from the risk, but to face it head on and be there for the conversation and raise concerns and be a part of the journey. It's a long journey that we have to take. I don't think any of us have the option not to take it. It's happening, it's coming, and we just want to be ideally one step ahead of it. That's all we can do at this time.
And great advice. Gentlemen, that's all the time we have today. I want to thank you both for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this insightful conversation as much as I did. If you would like to learn more about government use cases and solutions powered by Box, please visit our website at box.com/government. Thank you.